Hello, hello, hello! I am Statius Maximus El Geeko Supremo with extra cheese, your date to the festival, Mr.KaPao. We are playing more of that Doki Doki Literature Club, and it's festival day, so let's get right into it. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'll be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that it's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funny enough, I probably feel the same way as Nizuki about the event. Ooh, excuse me. I need to get a new chair. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Kapow! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. Weird, there's no music. That's really odd. That is really, really odd. You know what? I'm going to save. I'm just going to double check. Huh. Okay. Yeah, it's really weird. There's no music anymore. Anyway. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets of on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Suri with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think on days this important, she'll try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all? Huh. You should take a little responsibility for her, Kapow. I mean, especially with your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica? You know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But, oh, dude, it's weird. I stammer, embarrassed. Did Suri really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets I laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it a almost professional feel. I recognized Nizuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Alright. Get out of my head. 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 That's... Whoa. Whoa. Get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished, so it just stops moving. Weird. Okay, this is... Oh, this is weird. This is not good. This is not a good sign at all. Ugh. Ah. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Kapow? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Siri's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Suri, so... Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? Should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. Not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her feel really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday about things will be just the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and that's what I want to give to her. I reach Suri's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone neither. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Dude! Oh, yeah. An exception has occurred. What the hell? Dude, what the hell? Yeah, I agree. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Suri wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Suri I would be there for her. I told her that I know what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Suri needed at all. She even told me how painful it was for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent some more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I could do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I could just reset and try something different. I had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Dude. Oh boy. Okay. It's like this. I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it's just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We walked together on days like this, but started around high school. She would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. What? It's an ordinary school day like any other. Morning is usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I always walk to school alone. Wait, this is different. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content on just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there will be any girls in it anyway. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to deal with. Guess I have no choice but start with the anime club. KaPao? Whoa. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so generally feels a little... What did he come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did he decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. The Literature Club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's not really boring at all, you know. Literature could be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps their manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, KaPao. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, KaPao. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the material some other time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh, I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Oh. Eh? A guest? Seriously? You bought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Nezuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, KaPao. ... All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Nezuki, the girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Suki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year? Anyway, this is Nezuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Wait. Why did I say Yuri? It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping with someone like Nezuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into KaPao in the classroom. He decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you start bringing anyone new? Oh, by the way, I'm going to give Nezuki now kind of a Valley Girl accent, so FY. I was going to, well, you know... Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come and sit down, KaPao? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the center corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Nezuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't plan on coming here, but we'll make sure to make you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all their effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Nezuki? Well, I guess. Nezuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hee, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Eh? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, KaPao, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Nezuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traced the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up when she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I could relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Nazuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you really like to write about cute things, don't you, Nazuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a scrap of paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say That Out Loud," and give that back. Fine. Nazuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why? Do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them with sometimes? No! Nazuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Nazuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, we could set an example and help Nazuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... Well, I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Nazuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now we have a new member. It seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, KaPao? Hold on. There's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now we've reached the most important topic. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to step by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought. Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, KaPao. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. If we don't find one more before the festival... ... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. If writing poems is the price I have to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left us after all this, I'd be super pissed. KaPao, I'm so happy. We could become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. Praise me some more. Praise me some more. I'll do everything I can to give you a good time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everybody remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we could all share. Monica looks over at me once more. KaPao, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee hee. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the classroom and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Nezuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, you have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Sure. Today, I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memo the occasion below. Dude. Dang. Anyway. Shame. Beauty. Masker. Infallible. Horror. Anime. Determination. Entropy. This word. Crimson. Cheeks. Intellectual. Climax. Lazy. Universe. Aw. Mwah. Kiss. Afterwards? Cage? Sticky. Graveyard. Hi again, KaPao. Glad he didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, KaPao. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Whoa. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Oh. Zuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps... Zuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection. But me? Ooh. Zuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Preach it, sister. Preach it. Swiftly defeated, Nezuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, KaPao. Well, we'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Nezuki shoots Nezuki with a disappointed gaze. Excuse me. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean like that. Ooh, if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Oh, no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to be part of this club. I want to try to be a part of this club. So, even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. Is it just me, or is everything kind of slanted? And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Nezuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. ... But that only makes her hide her face a bit deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I remember this, since I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I want to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. That's a ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experimentation prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Okay. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limb and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it's going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, KaPao? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. Whew. I mean, yeah. Hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange, new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants it to be evil. Whoa. But because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts... Well, I hope... Well, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. I don't really think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well start reading it, right? Yeah. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? ... Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. Not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not used to. That is, reading in a company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead? Sorry. Oh. Yuri, you're really apologizing a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn a page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between the thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding like this, we're huddled even closer before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn a page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again and our eyes met. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I could do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asked me if I'm ready to turn a page. Instead, I just assumed she finished the page before me, so I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go the page, letting it flutter over to her as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all of that. That's what you're talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Ha! Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri been a little fidgety since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest and starts to feel her own heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out the classroom. What on earth is that about? KaPao? Did something just happen now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Heh, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes. It's nothing alarming, really. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, let's start with sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'll just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Okay, let's show it to Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seems eager to read my poem, and I want her to know that I'm putting in effort. Hi, KaPao. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'd be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better at just going with the flow until I'm more settled. And anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha! Don't worry, KaPao. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's just that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, KaPao. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. Spends so much time on her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She seems to be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back! Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. Second, folks. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically gazed at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ear. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you'll call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What's the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had kind of an epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up for later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. Yuri. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? ... Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. ... Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And I haven't been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and technique that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Nizuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Nizuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing. Air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. ... I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in a ghost, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbologically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too. So, nah. If anything, I could have probably learned a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, KaPao. Me too. And Nizuki. ... Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for. Your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up the rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. Oh, that's my line. Sorry. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Sad to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old anyone is, but if Mizuki is feeling proud, then I wouldn't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is... The music sounds off. Wait. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Well, this is the literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Nizuki. They gingerly exchange pieces of paper, sharing their respective poems. They read in tandem. I watch each of their expressions change. Nizuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nizuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who would have actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and KaPao did too. So based on that, I gladly give some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless I, of course, come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And KaPao liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nizuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that KaPao appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boob magically grew a size bigger as soon as KaPao started showing up. Damn. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out their own insecurities on each other like that. You already act as young as you look, Natsuki. Ooh. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. Say? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove something, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. If you think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute, the only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa. Be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. The hell is going on? Oh, my bad. You really already do, don't you? Did you accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let KaPao hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns to me as if she just noticed I was standing there. KaPao, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. ... The hell? Okay. ... Hey, KaPao. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Huh? Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. ... She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. KaPao, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. ... Anyway, the meeting is over, so you could go home now if you want. ... Yuri looks at me as if like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. ... Well, I'm the vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I just... I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with KaPao. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I... Whoa. Dude. Dang. Anyway, I think we're gonna leave this session, end the session right here. Whew. We're getting to nitty gritty. Weird stuff. Strange things happening. Anyway, I am Mr.KaPao, and you can find me all over my social media. Let's see, there's my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/MrKaPao does stuff, because, well, I do a lot of stuff. You can also find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. Just do a search for MrKaPao, all one word, MrKaPao. You can also follow me on Twitter, which is @MPCalamity. Oh, by the way, I have a new show on Nerdbot. You can catch me and my co-host, Kurt Bros, live on the Facebook of Nerdbot. It's a show called Beat the Boss, and we play, well, classic beat-em-up games. And we talk a lot of shit, so yeah, good times. Good times. Anyway, oh, by the way, on Thursday, if you're in Southern California and looking for something to do, down in Arcadia at the Dave & Buster's, Nerdbot is hosting another one of their Nerd Night events. I'm probably going to be there. It's going to be a retro theme nights. For more information, go to the Nerdbot Facebook page. And yeah, if you find me there, be sure to buy me a drink, and we'll chat, hang out, have a good time. Yeah. Anyway, until next time, happy gaming.